The rain had been relentless all week, turning the streets of Willow Creek into glistening rivers of light. Every puddle reflected the flickering street lamps, making the town appear suspended between reality and dream. The wind howled through the narrow streets, carrying whispers of secrets too long buried. Somewhere, a distant church bell tolled, echoing like a warning in the storm. In the dim glow of a flickering street lamp, a figure stood alone, clutching a crumpled photograph as if it were a lifeline. The figure was Sarah Matthews. She hadn't been seen since that night, yet everyone in Willow Creek felt her absence like a shadow stretching across their homes. Windows remained shuttered a little longer, doors closed a little tighter, and the town seemed to hold its breath whenever the wind carried a strange sound. Sarah had returned to Willow Creek not out of nostalgia, but because a feeling, an unshakable pull, had brought her back. Something about the town had whispered to her across the years, a promise of answers hidden in plain sight. She carried a notebook filled with untold truths, stories she had chased across Chicago, and now realized the real story had been waiting at home all along. As she walked the slick streets that night, rain pelting her shoulders, Sarah noticed details she had never remembered. The way shadows pooled around lampposts, the subtle creak of wooden boards under her boots, the distant echo of footsteps that weren't hers. Every sound felt amplified, every shadow seemed alive. The bridge by the river, old and weathered, loomed ahead, its iron railings glinting in the storm. Her mother's warnings echoed faintly in her mind. Some places in this town remember what you've done, Sarah. Some things are better left alone. But Sarah felt drawn to the bridge, as though it held the key to a story that had waited decades for her to find it. In her hand was a photograph of her father, Charles Matthews, taken 50 years ago in front of that very bridge. His smile carried a secret she had never understood, a memory etched in a moment long past. The photograph had been discovered in the attic just a week earlier. Dusty and curling at the edges, it showed a young man in a fedora leaning casually against the bridge railing. His eyes held confidence, defiance, and something Sarah couldn't yet name. Her mother, Evelyn, had refused to speak about it. Her father had passed away before she could ask. "Who is he, really?" she whispered to herself, tracing the bridge's outline in the photo with her finger. Her curiosity quickly became obsession. Sarah dug through town records, old newspapers, and letters from the late 1960s. Every lead circled back to the bridge and to a series of mysterious disappearances that no one ever discussed openly. Locals had names for the bridge. Some called it the Widow's Walk, others the Silent Crossing. Legends claimed anyone lingering too long at night might see shadows of those who had vanished decades ago. Sarah didn't believe in ghosts, only in stories, and she believed the photograph held the key to uncovering a truth the town had buried.
Harold Benson, whose deep-set eyes had witnessed too much.
"I don't know why you're poking around, Sarah," he said, lighting a cigarette. "Some things are better left alone. That bridge, it's got a history. People went missing there in the 60s. Nobody solved it. Nobody talks about it."
Showing him the photograph, Sarah pressed for details. Harold's hands trembled slightly.
That's Charles Matthews, isn't it? You're looking for answers where there might not be any. Be careful, Sarah.
Determined, Sarah returned to the bridge alone the next night. Rain had turned the asphalt slick and reflective. The river beneath it swelled and darkened. She held a flashlight in one hand and the photograph in the other. As she leaned against the railing, she noticed a small indentation carved into the wooden support, hidden by moss. It matched the symbol on the back of the photograph, a triangle enclosing a single star. Her urgency grew. She followed the riverbank downstream, scanning with her flashlight. After several minutes, her light caught on a metal box, half buried under wet leaves. Heart racing, she pried it open. Inside were letters, journals, and faded photographs dating back decades. The journals belonged to her father. They detailed clandestine meetings, secret societies in Willow Creek, and unreported crimes involving the town's most respected families. He had documented everything meticulously, aware someone was watching. One entry chilled her. "If anything happens to me, Willow Creek must know. The bridge is the key. Follow the light. Follow the water. Follow the truth." Sarah realized the bridge wasn't just a location. It was a symbol, a marker of hidden history, and perhaps a map leading to answers.
Word of her investigation spread. Friends became distant, neighbors suspicious. One evening, a man appeared at her doorstep, soaked from the rain, hat pulled low. "You shouldn't be digging up the past," he said, voice low and dangerous. "Some things are buried for a reason." Sarah recognized him from old photos. Thomas Whitaker, now a powerful businessman, once a young associate of her father. She refused to back down. The confrontation escalated at the bridge, shadows dancing across the water. Words turned to accusations, and accusations into threats. In the chaos, Thomas slipped and fell into the river. Sarah instinctively pulled him to shore. The next morning, Thomas, shaken and silent, confessed. He revealed her father had uncovered a network of corruption and cover-ups involving influential town members, including Thomas's family. Fearing exposure, many had conspired to erase the evidence, but Charles Matthews had hidden the truth in the photograph, journals, and the bridge symbol. Sarah took the journals to the authorities, shedding light on decades of hidden crimes. Willow Creek faced a reckoning, but healing began. The bridge, once feared, became